Hey everybody, it's Angel from Halo Inspirations. We give you inspirations to help you spread beauty and joy through your quilting journey. Happy hump day. Whoop whoop. Yes, this is an odd one. I think I've been saying that a lot lately. However, it is hump day and today is WIP Wednesday. So we're going to talk about that. I do have a few things I want to share with you and, do a little chit chat if we can. Hi there, Sharina. Happy Wednesday to you. Hello, Beck. I think that's what that says. Here I am, I know. Everybody says, well, you got glasses on your head. It is the right place that if I put my long visions on, I can't see it. It's like blurry. If I put the short ones on, it's too far. So it's at that weird place that it isn't helpful to use glasses, right? We do have a plan to put our large screen TV, but that's a lot of work. Everybody's willing to do it, so if it ain't me, I'm guessing I'm good, right? I need to get it done. But Beck, who's Beck? I don't know if we've seen you before. Are you new? Or is this a name that I should know? Because I do know a Beck, just out of curiosity. And where are you from? So, and hello there, Mom. Glad to see you. So, yes, today is WIP Wednesday. What are your WIPs? What are you doing? Are you working on WIPs? Peggy from Georgia. Love Georgia. Glad to see you. Glad to see you, Peggy. Thanks for tuning in. Love it. Love Georgia. One of my favorite states. We've lived there, my husband and I, we were there around the Fort Gordon area. We always left the area to go other places in Georgia, but I love me some Georgia. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you for stopping in. Glad to see you. Now, I don't know how far you are at Statesboro. Is that Statesboro? Statesboro? Put a little twang in it. Don't know how that far is. I mean, we used to go to Atlanta all the time. Loved us some Atlanta. We spent a lot of time in the underground area. Super loved it. My son was, now you notice Mayhem's not here. He isn't feeling well today, so I sent him home. Nothing worse than not feeling good. And we don't want to spread it, right? I thought I was sick yesterday. Sneezing up a yin-yang, all this stuff. And I thought it might be allergies. Sure enough it is, because I'm feeling good today. Today is, woo, and when you get taxes done and you get different things, you know how good you feel? Now it's time to focus on getting these quilts done because it's WIP Wednesday. I'm going to ask for your help here in a little bit. But glad to see you, Peggy. Glad to see you. And my mom has a little snowflake next to a heart. So I'm guessing that means it's snowing. Sherry's in the house watching us on the backside. Thank you, Sherry. Couldn't do this without you. Sherry, you're just a couple hours from my mom. Are you seeing the S word? I mean, that's a curse word over here. Are you seeing it too? Happy hump day, Mr. Terry. Glad to see you. So good to see you. Absolutely. It is hump day. It's hump day, guys. It's hump day. I love me some hump day. Always have. And we have a little joke in the house. We've had it since Michael was itty bitty. I say itty bitty. Probably since he was in middle school. I want to know, can y'all hear me okay? Because I got the mic kind of far. And I'm trying to talk louder so you can hear me, but I just need to make sure. 50 miles from Savannah. Oh, that is one place, Peggy. That's on my bucket list to go. I want to go to Savannah so bad. Light snow will be better tomorrow. Yes. You're only 45 minutes away. Oh, 45 minutes. Oh, a couple hours, 45 minutes, pick one. Snowing very hard. Wow. And it's interesting because my mom lives at the top of a mountain and Sherry does not. So that's interesting. Only 45. You know how it works, right? I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Sherry. The S word is horrible. We want this when I don't know about y'all, because a lot of us have been affected by the cold. Oh my gosh, it's been so cold. I mean, even down in Florida, Louisiana, all the places. Oh, we don't know. We can ask Georgia, how much this winter has been. It's been cold and snowy, right? Oh, I said the S word. Yeah. At any rate. Oh, yeah. See? Sherry just said it. She says, at least it isn't as cold as a week ago. Praise the Lord for you saying that, sister, because you ain't lying. Sharina, I have the pieces for block 5 of Pat Sloan Wednesday prep to sew. Oh, I'm so stoked for you. Now, Sharina and I will tell you, Sharina and Sherry both, hands down, I might be telling a lie, but from what I see, those two are the fastest sewists in the Halo community. They are so stinking fast, it's crazy. You got 5 inches of snow? That's a lot. Just saying. And that was probably like a week ago. We were on the top border of the S word, and we did get it. We got more than we thought we would. And people north of us in Virginia did not. So I know that whole time period of that storm that came through, we were on the north end. So that's why I'm not surprised you did, but God bless you. 50. Woohoo! Today we are, do I dare tell you? Do I dare tell you? Which is probably another reason that I feel very elated today. I'm affected by weather, guys. So today was 64. 64 is our high. And normally I'm still cold at 64, but because of the frigid temps that we've all been experiencing, I feel like this is the greatest day ever. So I'm on top of the world. It's hump day, 64. Life is good. Payroll taxes are done. I mean, life is good right now. Life is good. And I'm seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm trying to catch up. So I'm really, I got a lot of energy. I got a lot. Y'all are going to experience this. I will say, if Angel comes in from Houston, I don't know if she'll be here today, but heat wave, right? 50 degrees for you, heat wave. But I don't have lipstick. I got to buy some. I usually do red. What do you think about red, guys? Because I got to buy a new stick. So she would be beside herself. And, lipstick does look better when you're on video. It's not a lie. It's a true story. And I apologize. Straight up. Sharina says, you think you've had 5 inches all winter. 36. Woo! Sharina says 36 is the high. She's out in Utah there. 36. That's cold. Just saying. You know what I think is so crazy is that we've all been dealing with these. Some of us have been dealing with some really cold temps that are way outside the norm. I know we have, and I know a lot of you further south than I am have been too, but it's crazy to me to think that we're dealing with all this winter weather that is, my mom could tell you, how much has Vicky had, Mom? It was like 40 some inches, did you say? I don't know. My mom can tell you. So Vicky lives in Michigan. I mean, they have snow, but everybody is outside the norm. But what's crazy is that California is dealing with fires. Sad story. Very, very sad. All of us. Sherry says you look beautiful. Thank you. I just always think it's mind-boggling that we can be in one area of the United States and we're dealing with these really cold temps and the S word going with it and maybe some ice. And then we have all the way to the west, and they're experiencing fires. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. Okay, so today is WIP Wednesday, but I'm gonna do a little twist on it because I really do think I need to do this, not only for Halo, but also for other local quilt shops in your area. Yeah, snow in Florida is mind-boggling. Well, I got to tell you, Sharina, you're not lying. It is. But through history, they've also had ice storms or really deep, cold temperatures, and we all get affected through our produce that they do through that. And that's when we'll see it and understand it when it affects, I mean, ain't gonna lie, right? We live in this great, big, huge country, so we're not always cognitive and understanding, but with Florida, they have a lot of produce that comes out of there, and, some of our prices go up because they have all the weather issues, but yeah, snow in Florida is mind-boggling. I am totally with you. 100%. Totally with you. Okay, so today is WIP Wednesday, and I'm going to get to...
You're awesome!
Thank you so much. And I can't see it. Looks like K's, the last name. So you're awesome too. Thank you for hitting that button. I appreciate it. Okay, so WIP Wednesday is usually when Michael and I do share what we're working on as WIPs and how far we've gotten. And I got to be real with you guys. I've been playing catch up for a long time. But at least on my WIPs, I was on board up until December. So everything's gone awry, and it is what it is. Life happens. You have to be able to forgive yourself and to give grace, because life happens. Mom, what did Dad used to always say? Who is it? It's one of the Beatles. And they always said, life happens when you're busy making plans. And my dad used to say that all the time, quoting the Beatle. I can't remember which one it is, so forgive me. But it's true. So life happened, and life's been a little nuts. And on top of it, it's end of year, and, we're all all the businesses are trying to get their stuff together. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So my WIPs have kind of gone astray, all right? Just like everybody has probably experienced. But I'm getting back on track, and I've got a lot of different things that I'm working on. But I'm going to share something with you because I want a little help with you guys for it. And I hope that you can envision what I'm doing to be able to help. And I have a couple other things, which I'm going to start with first. So first and foremost, for Local Quilt Shop Day, which was last weekend on Saturday, went very well, by the way. We had a lot of people in here, not just our locals, but people are traveling, and we live in a very touristy area. Yeah, it's a great place to come and visit. Not even going to lie. So, Local Quilt Shop Day went really, really well. But this year we have started where we're going to be doing a charity quilt together as a community. Let's build something together beautiful that will impact our community, right? So what we started with this year, we're going to do this several years, see how it goes. And if it goes really well several years, we'll keep doing it. But this year we decided to do a Churn Dash Block, 9.5 inch, unfinished, outside the quilt. So when you send it, or if you make it and you want to donate one, it's 9.5 inches that we're looking for. And I have agreed to put them all together when they're all in. And Michael, or Mayhem, has agreed to quilt it. And then we'll hang it in a shop. I do believe we got a real good confirmation. I just have to check with a couple more entities to include the state to make sure I'm reading the regulations correctly. We're going to raffle. We're going to have a raffle for once it's up and hanging, we're going to raffle tickets. Of course, I also have to key into YouTube to figure out the validity behind this. With all of you, but we'll sell raffle tickets, and then on local quilt shop day next year we'll pull a name and you will win the quilt. But here's the most important part, all the proceeds are going to go to a nonprofit organization, okay? And we have some things we're going to do throughout the year it's not about what we want to donate to, it's going to be what you want to donate to. So we're going to be reaching out and doing different things and talking about it and putting all of that together in a way to get feedback, number one, and then to be able to vote, because that's where the proceeds are going to go. Yes, that's where so I'm going to leave it at now, because there's more coming down the chain, but I will talk about it later, that we're not there now. Right now, we're at the place of making the quilt, okay? So it's a 9.5-inch unfinished block, Churn Dash, okay? I'm going to show you what we've gotten so far from the community, and I know that there are some that are being shipped. I don't have it yet. When they come in, I'll continuously share so you can see all of the pretties. And but that's where we're at now. We are making the quilt right now, or quilts. If we get too many to make one, we'll make more than one, okay? That's not a problem. That's what you do. That's what quilters do. We make it work. So we will get that all together. I just want to show you what has come in first so you can see. I'm going to reiterate, some of the ones that I did, Michael did, but then there's some more. And then as things trickle in, before I put it together, I will show you. And then once it's together, I will show you the finished also, of course. But that's our, quilters, we give. Right? We absolutely give. That's something we always do. That's something that's part of what comes from here. And we're acknowledging that. I'm one of those people. I know you're one of those people. So we're going to do this together, and then we'll figure out where it's going to go. So I'm going to pull you in on the overhead. Hey there, Ann. Glad to see you. Oh, listen. She makes great chapstick, guys. I didn't even know people can make chapstick. She makes great chapstick. All right. So I got to move some stuff around. Make sure it's not in the picture. And I'm going to start with Michael's 9.5-inch square, which is the first time he did half square triangles. I do have a video that dropped this month on a tutorial for the Churn Dash if you're interested in helping, or if you just want to make a Churn Dash, okay? It's not a variation of a 9-patch. It is strictly a 9-patch because every block is the same size inside the block, okay? You're on YouTube now. Oh, the fabric. So Anne was in at the shop today, so she's telling me that the fabric she bought matches perfectly. Right here, girl. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras, and we're going to go through some of the blocks that we've received. All right. This is Michael's, just so you know. He did a black background with some beautiful fabric. Painted Wings is the line. We don't have it anymore. It's a one and done. It was gone. Great line, and he decided to use it. Turned out perfect. Isn't that cute? All right, so that's Michael's. Next on the list, I did this one as a model, making sure all my measurements were correct, you know, before I did it on camera, right? Want to make sure we're good. So this is a model and it's going in the quilt. Yeah, it's it's whatever you want, guys. There is no rules. You use your own fabric. I just need it at 9.5. That's it. All right. Well, hello there, Patricia. Yes, I'm guessing you mean Michael's. It is really pretty. This is actually Shabby by Lori Holt. It's a blender line. It's white and it's called Snow for the color. And this is actually, listen guys, I have so much of it. It's Cookbook by Lori Holt. Oh, it is going to be beautiful. You're not lying, Sherry. Sherry says the quilt is going to be beautiful. I can't wait. All right, and then the one I did with you guys is this one. This looks like blossoms. Does it look like blossoms? It does not look like blossoms. Ah. It is a tone on tone, obviously, but it does not look like blossoms to me. But it might be. It might be. It also might be. No. It might be pin dot, but I don't think it. No, because that's more organized. I don't know what the background is, but it's tone on tone. And then this is from Valentine Wishes. This wasn't on purpose that I picked Valentine fabric or pink fabric right before February. It just, I went through my stash, just like I encourage everybody to do. And I had this. It was enough to make the project, so I used it. So it's Valentine Wishes by Stacy West of Buttermilk Basin. For Henry Glass is the dark pink. Okay, so that was the one I did with you on the video. Since then, this is from one of our locals. She actually did two in two different colorways. Super love it. Oh my gosh, super love this. So we've got, I don't know the print. She went through her stash, guys, just like I'm encouraging people to do. Go through your stash. So we've got a yellow with a blue background, and then she had enough of the fabric that she went ahead and did blue background with yellow churn dash. So how cool is that? Super beautiful. It's supposed to be scrappy, guys. So I encourage to use your stash. I really, really do. And look how pretty those are. Look at that. Look at that. Cannot wait. Cannot wait to put these all together. Okay, so then we have another. All the ones I'm going to show you are locals. And one of them is from Leah. She works here. Retired. This is not Leah. This is one of our locals. Let me focus on that. Okay. I super love this. And you know, notice she used the same fabric in the center in her churn dash instead of making it alternating. Turned out gorgeous, doesn't it? Black and white. Who can go wrong with black and white? Super love it. All right. Another local. Love this one. I mean, who doesn't love a good churn dash? Who doesn't love a good churn dash? So this is another local. We haven't gotten any of the ones that have been shipped yet. So everything you're seeing are locals. Listen, there's a thread here. I need to clip it. Don't pull threads, guys. That's really bad. So super cute. Love the colors that she chose. This one is from Leah, who is our, she works with us. She's one of our inspiration assistants. Love her. She's a retired Air Force, and I just can't get enough of her. But notice, I think she told me she's a FPP lover and a crumb piece lover. So you'll notice that we have different fabrics. Again, there are no rules. This is whatever makes you happy. I love this fabric. I keep looking at it because I'd like to have it in our shop. I mean, that is, you know, if you're on YouTube, you can whoop whoop, make it bigger. It's kind of, there's a word I'm looking for and I can't think of it. Yep, can't think of it. It's not coming to me, so it's not going to happen. But isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So that's from Leah. Another local. Isn't that pretty? And you can see it, just whatever you have on hand, guys. Whatever you have on hand. This is a beautiful block. Beautiful. Whatever you have on hand. If you can make it, each one of these before they're in the block are 3.5-inch squares. Okay, so these are 2-inch strips when you sew them together. Two by 3.5. These are 3.5-inch half square triangles. This is a 3.5-inch square. So whatever it is, if you have enough, it doesn't take much fabric, guys. So if you have enough, it's a great way to use it because it's going to go to a great cause. We're making something beautiful for a great cause together. So that's this one. And then last but not least, we have another local. She loves pink. This gal's favorite color is pink. Now, what I think is interesting, and it's going to work. It's a 9.5-inch square, okay? And hers are a little different. So, obviously, this is not a 2-inch and 2. They're not equal. This is a variation. And you know what? It's going to work because it's going to fit in the quilt because it's 9.5 inches. There are no rules. I gave a suggestion on a quilt block for you to follow, but it's not required. I love this background fabric, by the way. So pretty. So super pretty. Love this. But it's different, right? And it's okay. It's okay. This is a scrappy quilt. We're all putting it together. I'm going to put them together, and then we're going to, Michael's going to quilt it. So it'll be fun. I can't wait to see what thread he uses. Great block for baby quilts in pastels, right? You had the cherry fabric. How fun is that? Christina says, hello, still working on mine. And Amanda made one also. Very cool. Very cool. Well, Amanda, if you're watching, bring it in, and if you need some more work on it, I can help you with that, and so can Michael. So very cool, very cool. So those are the ones that we got so far. All right. Yep, you're seeing me mess with the mouse, because the mouse is exactly how I switch things, so I apologize for that. But checking on everybody here. Okay, so that's all the blocks that we got for this quilt that we're putting together as a community that we will raffle, and all the proceeds will go to your selected nonprofit organization. Okay, I mean, if I had a choice, I have my own pickings, but y'all aren't gonna, nobody's gonna understand it or wouldn't do it necessarily. So it isn't about us, it's about you, and we want that money to go somewhere that you want it to go, to help an organization and in our overall community. That doesn't mean Williamsburg area, that means all of you come from various different states and various different places. So that input is valid and needed where we should put that together. Great block for baby quilts in pastels. Yeah, you ain't lying, Ann. You ain't lying. Okay, so the second thing I wanted to talk to you about is local quilt shop day. And I know a number of you participated. And I'm not just talking about mine or ours, our local quilt shop. I'm talking about your local quilt shop. Okay, not every single one of them are participating, but man, worldwide. So if you're watching this from afar, your quilt shop may be participating. Okay, if you're outside the United States, there are a number of them that are participating outside the United States. It's really, really cool. By Annie is putting this on. And then there are a lot of sponsors. The next time I talk about this, because I will talk about it again, I'll actually list the sponsors that I'm aware of. I know of a couple off the top of my head, but I want to acknowledge all the sponsors. But By Annie is the one that puts this on. And her or their idea is to help support local quilt shops and the customers. Now, I hate using that word. For us, the customer is a cherub. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say they're cherubs. I know that they're not Halo inspirations, but y'all are angels of quilting. So that's where the cherub comes from, because we understand how much labor of love that you do. So we call y'all cherubs. So I'm just going there, just so you know, the blanket term. Other people call them customers or clients. We call y'all cherubs. One thing that I appreciate about this is the prizes that can be won are not necessarily geared toward the quilt shop. They're geared towards the quilt shop's cherubs, okay? Because some of the things, like they'll send a free trunk show. Well, great. A quilt shop gets a trunk show, but what do you do with that trunk show? You share it with their cherubs, right? Yes, some of the prizes include a $500 basically gift certificate, or being able to spend $500 at By Annie's. But who does that benefit? It benefits the cherubs or the customers of that quilt shop. So I feel like By Annie has done a really, really good job, and I forget how many years they've been doing it. It's been a long time. But the prizes, honestly, I feel they're geared more. Yes, the quilt shop, gets them, but it's more geared towards the customer. And I love that. I absolutely love that, because that's how it should be, in my opinion. You're awesome. Okay. Thank you, Terry. Yes. Thank you. He liked it, right? Yeah, because it's a true story. So they changed the rules a little bit this year, which is fine. I mean, we're newbies. We've only been open a little more than a year, right? Not even a year. Oh no, this month, a year and a half. So we're good. We done 4 times better. Not big numbers. I'll share them with you in just a second, because you can see all this. What I'm doing here, though, it's not just about us. If your local quilt shop, yours, is participating, I highly encourage you to go on. I'm going to share with you the website and a QR code and different things. If you like to use a QR code, I have one. And then, of course, the website. Please, please, please go on there and vote for your local quilt shop. Because if they win something, because there's all these different kinds of categories, okay? if your local quilt shop wins something, you will benefit. Okay. So that's why I'm saying, I'm not asking, if I'm not your local, don't vote for me. That seems really weird. But I'm asking you to vote for yours that you go to, because that's what's going to be beneficial for you. Okay. So I'm going to share with you the QR code and the website here. As soon as I figure, I'm writing solo, guys, so bear with me here. Okay, there it is. And you're gonna see Michael did a little coloring. Okay, now here's the reality. Okay, so I'm gonna explain a little bit to you, because Annie has done it, but who watches all the videos? Notice we have a 50. Now, you don't have to have a 50. They could have 100. They could have a blank one where they put in their own number, whatever. But we chose to do the 50 because if a quilt shop gets 50 votes, they qualify to be in a drawing for one of the prizes. Okay? So I will be real with you. We are at 16, which is, I told y'all, 4 times better than last year, which at that point we were months in. Okay, so we're very pleased, but we're going to talk about it more because we would love to reach the 50 point. Now, if you're asking, can I vote for more than one quilt shop? I don't have the answer for that, but you do have to put your email in. And I really do encourage you to vote for your local, because that's where you're going to find the benefit in the whole kit and caboodle for you and them. It's a combined thing that both the quilt shop and you are going to benefit. So please vote for them. Now, here is the QR code. If you scan this, hit pause. Ooh, I'm going to go a little high. Okay. Because if you hit pause, a lot of times there's words down here and they block something. So if you hit pause and put your phone up to the television, computer screen, whatever it is, on your phone, like you're taking a picture, you can, if you have the technology, most of us do. If it's a smartphone, it'll do it. It'll give you a suggestion. I'm seeing if I can do this online. I just taught somebody this, so I know a lot of you don't know this works. Okay, so now if you're this is only going to work for you on YouTube, because on YouTube you can make it big, right? So I have my photo camera on. Okay, I'm going to take a picture. Oh, and it went away. All right, let me back it out. Put it back on. All right, there is a little yellow words and it says lqscontest.com instead of taking a picture. And if I click on that, it takes me directly to the website to be able to vote now. Okay, if you see those words, it says vote now. Okay, now, and it asks you questions, the store name, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what makes your favorite quilt shop stand out? There's an optional question. Then it asks for a first name, last name, your email, hello. And then if you want to hear from different sponsors. So the sponsors that are listed, if you don't click it, you're not going to hear from them. Okay. But if you want to, we've got By Annie, which I got to tell you, those emails can be a lot of fun. Okay. They're very educational, and they also tell you when they're going live. Jaftex. So Jaftex is a corporation that owns a lot of different lines. We've got Blank Quilting, Henry Glass, Free Spirit, Studio E. I mean, there's just they're a mother of all of these other companies. You can click that if you want. Schmetz Needles is on the list, so they're a sponsor. Now, I will tell you that's another good reason to have their email, because they have a wonderful woman who travels, and she does different videos and different educational stuff, but you can see all those free, either on their website or on YouTube. And I mean, it's about needles. I mean, there's always something we're learning about needles. Plus, they give away free resources on occasion about needles. I mean, we all have questions. How many times have you gone into a quilt shop and asked a question about a needle? The information is there. It's a good one. Craft Industry Alliance. This is an interesting one. We actually do get their emails also as Halo. And they're very informative. You don't have to read them all if you don't want, but this particular person, she does different insights about different things that are happening in the industry. You might see sales that are going on that you may not be aware of. But one of the most recent articles that I read is all about what's going on with Joann Fabrics, because we all don't want them to disappear, but it's a very strong possibility. So she actually dived into that. So if that's your kind of, if it's not, don't click the button, okay? But she does a lot of very informative things. We've got Shop Hop Inc. They are in, I forget how many states. I looked it up recently and now I'm forgetting. But Shop Hop Inc. is the one that does a lot of the shop hops across the nation, include the Mid-Atlantic Shop Hop, which we're a part of. So they are another sponsor. And if you want information that comes through an email from them, they'll talk about all kinds of stuff related to shop hops around the nation. And then, of course, if you wanted all of it, you could. But if you don't want any of it, guys, just don't click the button, okay? Just leave it blank. Then they ask about how you heard about it, and then submit. And then your vote is counted, okay? Now, if you didn't want to do the QR code, very simply, it says, in case you can't read it because it's too far, LQS contest, one word. So basically it stands for Local Quilt Shop Contest.com. It's a buy anything, okay? So it's going to take you directly to what I just showed you. So you don't need to be able to do the QR code. But listen, guys, your local quilt shop would love to have your vote. It's impactful. And I wanted to explain more about it. And I will do this again, but I will talk about more about the sponsors and what the prizes are. But if you're interested, By Annie has put out a video too. Okay? So you can see all of that. Some of the prizes, guys, By Annie herself is going to different quilt shops to do classes. Just saying. Okay? So there's a lot into this. It is so beneficial for you. If your quilt shop is participating, I encourage you to vote for them. Oh, there you go. Sherry just said you can screenshot on Facebook, bring up the picture and enlarge it and scan that way. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry, for that. I didn't even think about that. All right. So I'm going to come back at you one more time because now I'm going to get to one of my WIPs. That would be, oh, hey there, Melissa. So Melissa is our local quilt guild's president. She's the most wonderful woman. Love her. Very supportive. Very into our guild and does a lot for our guild. Thank you, Miss Melissa, for all you do. Thank you for liking the video too. Okay, so this is WIP Wednesday, and I told y'all at the beginning, I'm kind of slacking. Life got in the way of me making plans, okay? Gosh, does anybody know which Beatle member said that? I want to, I gotta know, because I can't remember. Very common saying, and he ain't wrong. But I'm getting back, and we had a happy hour in our Creative Kingdom, which is our private Facebook group. It's only private to keep people safe. If you want to join, the information is below, and we only ask that you answer the 3 questions to get the key so we know you're not a robot, okay? You're proven you're human, and it's not that we're asking you to pick the bicycle parts in the 8,000 different blocks. We are just asking that you answer 3 questions. Okay, so when we had happy hour, I'm trying to work on some of my whips, and I have one, and I need your input, okay? So what I did at happy hour is I just cut some strips. Now I have some more strips to cut, but I took a class on stack and whack, okay? And we have a couple. We have some really good local instructors, and this one is amazing, okay? So I took it because I've never taken a class on stack and whack, and it's always good to get people's input. So your classes, check them out at your local quilt shop, because it's fun to get, like, you can do a video, but then when you're in person and you have questions, it adds a whole new level to it, right? So you have instant feedback, right? So I did stack and whack. So I'm going to show you some of the blocks. I have them all.
You're awesome.
But then I need some input from you guys. And I hope that I can explain. John Lennon. Thank you, Sherry. John Lennon. That is it. Yes, John Lennon. Love it. He said, life happens when you're busy making plans. And the man wasn't wrong. He was an absolute genius when he said that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to pull you in and show you the process and the fabric. Okay. And then I'm going to ask you a question for your input, because this is what I'm going to focus on because it's fast. It's the fastest whip to get finished. And I need it checked off the box. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to focus on it first. Okay. And then we're going to go from there. So, and you'll see it when it's finished for sure. All right. So funny. I keep putting this green down, this cutting board. I'm on a Kangaroo and Joey right now, which is my absolute favorite piece of furniture so far. Love this, but I haven't worked with the coloring, and so I'm always afraid if I don't have a backdrop, it'll look weird, especially with the white fabric, right? I mean, it's like going to disappear. Okay, so these are my stack and whack blocks. Isn't that cute? This is Tabby Road from Tulip Pink, and the actual name of the fabric itself is Eek, E-E-K, Eek, like a mouse, because you have mice in here. So these are the blocks that I did. Now, I haven't trimmed them up because you can see the dog ears, okay? I love this. I love it. I love the bright, colorful fun. All of these colors. I absolutely love them. And so I'm really happy with the choice. Oh, look at that one with all the mice. With the choice of fabric. So that's not my question. So I have to put all of these. Oh, look at how that came out in the center. Isn't that cool? Stack and wax are so much fun because, I mean, look at that. Isn't that cool? Oh, this one's fun. Look at that. Woo! Oh, this one. Look. All the little mice. Sorry, I get excited. They're all together in the center. And then this one's really cool too, because we have a couple of circles. Okay, anyway. So here's what I'm doing, guys. I've got blossoms. See, that other fabric is not blossoms. You know what it is? That other fabric I showed you earlier is Dapple Dot. I just realized. Okay. So what I'm doing is I am going to put this white tone-on-tone fabric, okay, as sashing. Okay. Then I'm going to have a border. Okay. Now I haven't decided on the border. I kind of want to do this fabric again. Not even going to lie to you. But what I want your help with. So let's say this is a block with sashing and then we have a border here. I'm going to put piping in here. Now, if you don't know what piping is, let's see if I can. Not a good color choice to show you, just saying. But basically, it'll be a really thin piece of fabric, kind of like when you make bias binding, or bias tape, okay? And it will go, nope, not there. This will go here. Just let's do this right. So I'm just trying to fold this piece up just to give a demo. Okay. It'll be a really, it's going to be thinner than what you're seeing here. But it will be a really thin piece of fabric that isn't pieced into it per se, because it's going to have, it'll be like bias tape that's put into the quilt. Okay. Really thin type. Now, if this doesn't make sure, I'm going to come back another time and show you, even like with maybe some pictures or something. But it's just, matter of fact, it's probably more like this then. Yeah, that's more like it. See how thin that is? And it's not pieced in, guys. It's because you can, it would be able to lift up if we wanted to. It's just going to lay on top and be stitched down next to the border, I think. Okay. Might be next to the binding, but I don't know if I'll do that or not. My point is, this really thin piece of fabric, seeing the colors that are going on here, knowing that these are the colors of my blocks, and this is a white, what color would you suggest that I have this real thin piece of fabric to separate to the border? Would it be an orangey pink? Would it be purpley, like this color? Would it be lime green? Or would you even go to, I think this is, I don't think it's black. I know it appears black, but I'll have to look, but I think it's more like a midnight blue. Real dark, 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 dark blue. You like the orange pink. Bo likes purple or dark blue black would be bold. All right. So I have three. What I'm hearing is I have 3 different colors so far. Thank you. Because I'm kind of curious. So I think if the darker color, Terry says. Terry likes the darker color too. Okay. That's 2 for the darker color. Okay. I'm going to let y'all pick. So what I will probably do and if anybody's watching the hashtag replay, if you could give me your, I mean, it could even be, I'm looking at this. There's like a light teal. I think it would be too light for the white though. I think if we put this tealy blue in, I don't know. I think that might be too light. Whatever colors I hear, if I can find the color in a solid, for the next, at some point, might not be next WIP Wednesday, depends on how far I get on, if I get this done a lot sooner, I will try and get that fabric and then show you on the quilt along with the border that's being separated. I think I'm going to do this as a border. You know what? I could do the cat. It's like they have, You know, like cats, when you order food, they come in like those cans. I think that'd be fun. So I'll have all of that, but I just wanted a vote. Based on these blocks, which are all the same colorway. What you think would go really skinny on that side of the sashing. Now it won't be on all the sashing, so it's just around. It's like a sash. It's like a skinny border, very skinny. It's not. It's bias tape basically. So we'll have different blocks that go with the sashing, and all of those will be normal. It's just around the border of the whole thing. Hey there, Pug Mama, glad to see you. Oh, Patricia says the purple. See, this will be more fun. I love that y'all are giving me input because that's what I need. Okay, so basically everything but the teal has been listed, and obviously not white, right? Because that won't show up next to the white. Like I said, if anybody's watching the hashtag replay and nobody said lime green yet. Nobody's liking the lime green. So, whatever your input is, I'll try to find a little scrippy scrap and make the size of the bias binding so that you can see it, how it will play out, and then we'll vote again. Because at that point, we should be almost done. This won't take long putting this part together. So I can imagine I won't do it during Cherub Chit Chat because that's next week and that's y'all's time. I won't talk about this quilt at that point, but in all the other weeks it's free game. So it might be in a couple weeks I come back at you because so far I have the darker color, the orange pink, and maybe the purple. So I will try to find those colors to do a bias binding and ew, lime green, no. See? Okay. Very good. Yeah, nobody's picked it, Deb. Nobody's picked it. So obviously, how funny, because I got to tell you, that was my first go-to. Only because it was the background color, and I'm putting white in between it, so I thought it would, yeah. But everybody's like, no, not lime green. I'm hearing you. And I'm going to let you all pick because this is my quilt. And I would love, love, love to have your input. So no lime green so far. If you're watching hashtag replay, give me what you think. I have got the orange pink, the purple, and I think this is a midnight blue. I do not think it's black. It looks black, but I honestly do think it's midnight blue. And I personally did not name pink because I could have done it. It's tulip pink, but I think it would clash too much. So, oh, baby blue. All right, it's on the list. It is on the list. We're all going to see, but I won't have lime green. So, not yet anyway. If anybody votes for lime green, it'll be there. But, yeah. So, I'll get this all in that place where we can talk about being able to see it. I just thought maybe people would have an idea based off these blocks, and I see that you do. All right. So, this is my WIP that we're speaking of. Part of WIP Wednesday. All right. Move this microphone back. There we go. So it's sitting in front, so I hope you can hear me. At any rate, there we go. WIP Wednesday. I'm working on this whack-a-stack because it's going to go fast. In the meantime, I'll work on the other stuff, but I'll share it as I go. But I wanted your input on this. Super fun. Love it. I love this fabric, guys. I love this fabric. It was so fun. I don't know if you've done a stack and whack. I plan on doing a video now because there's a lot of stuff you can do with it. It doesn't have to be, there's a lot of variation and a lot of freedom to do it. So cornerstones. I am doing corners. Oh, Bo, you had to ask me that. I am doing cornerstones. Hey there, Heather. My cousin Heather. Love you. Midnight blue would make the other colors pop. And she's not even a quilter. Hello. You're not wrong. It would. So we think, right? Cornerstones. I am doing cornerstones. All right. Based on, most of y'all think the dark blue, but I'm going to go ahead and find the other colors that have been voted. And if anybody watches the hashtag replay and then puts their vote in, I'll pull it too. I don't think it's a good idea to do the cornerstones in the same color because the cornerstones will touch it. So either I will already have them done or I'll add more input. I think I already have them done. See, there you go. A whole nother color. Yeah, now I can't remember what I decided on. Y'all watch, I'll pick that lime green. Everybody doesn't like the idea of me picking lime green. That's a wait and see. But you know what? You're absolutely right, because that'll add to it. I didn't think about it until just now. Thank you, Bo. Thank you. So we're going to tackle this again, and I will pull those fabrics when as I get them. Yeah, he. And then I'll have a lot of it together, and it'll make it easier to see, to include the cornerstones. It won't be navy blue cornerstones though, because or midnight blue, because the cornerstones will be on, they'll touch it. So we can't have that. So yeah, be a rebel. I'm green. I don't know if I'll do that. I'm just saying. And we'll go over it again. But I'll pull those fabrics. So I appreciate y'all helping me with that, because it'll mean the story of the quilt will have more of a story for me, and it'll actually have a lot more. It's my quilt. I'm going to keep it. So it'll have a lot more heartfelt stuff coming through it, because I know that y'all help me. So purple. Sharina says purple cornerstones. You know what? You might have something there. I'm kind of liking the idea. I'm kind of liking it, because there's an awful lot of green in the block, right? The purple just might be the way to go. Liking that. Thank you, Sharina. Liking it. Be a rebel, though. Yeah, we're all rebels. You do what you want to do, right? It's your quilt. But midnight blue for the... I'm liking it. I like them all. So that's why, now that I have y'all's input, I'll get those biased, and we'll talk about it again before I actually put it on there. And I might just do a video on how that's done, because a lot of people don't realize how easy it is. So you might see that coming down the chain when I go to do it. That way I can share that knowledge with you based on your color choices. So that is what is today. We have all the churn dashes so far that have been turned in for our charity quilt that we're doing together. And we talked about the local quilt shop contest by Annie and all the well, we didn't, I tell you all the sponsors. I just showed you some of them. So we'll talk more about it again, but please go out and vote for your local quilt shop if they're participating. So when you go into that website, and it, asks you to put the name of the quilt shop. If it doesn't pull up, it probably isn't participating. But I got to tell you, there's well over 1,000 of us, okay, that are participating. So it's very likely that your quilt shop is participating. So please, 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 they really would appreciate your vote. And I will tell you, if you're doing it, of course, they haven't asked you and you didn't even know about it. It would be a pleasant surprise if you actually put in writing, because it gives you a space to say what makes your quilt shop different. When you read what people write, it is so nice. It makes you feel good. And that's what quilters do for each other. We are encouragers, we are cheerleaders, we are supporters of each other. And those nice words can go such a long way. Especially if they don't even know you're doing it, right? If, surprise, I'm coming out to vote for you. So I don't think you can, Mom, because they take your email. Maybe the website will tell you different. I'm just thinking in my head. I mean, think about it. People would vote they could sit down every day. I don't think it works that way with your, because you put in your email. I think it's just once. Yeah, I got you, Mom. You didn't have to retype it. I know you had a typo in there, but I'm really good at reading it because I do it all the time. So I would just encourage you to vote for your local, even you, Mom. Too bad. I know that you love me, but you have a local quilt shop, and if they are participating, it'd be really good. It benefits you because that's where you live. So, yeah, I know, right? And it's so funny because I won't even vote for me because my name's attached to the quilt shop. So I thought, well, I don't even know if I'm allowed to vote for myself. I'm going to find out because I'd like to vote for myself, but I don't know. So I thought, well, my name and the email are connected. I don't know if it would count. But that would be number 17. Unless somebody else has voted. So any of you locals here, we have other quilt shops. So I know Sunshine is participating down in Newport News. And there's a few of them up in the Richmond area. Not all of them are, but there are a few that are participating up there. So if those are your favorite, I want you to vote for them because that's where you go. But if you're local and we're your favorite, please vote. I'm asking, please vote. So, but your heart is at Halo. Well, it's because it's angels, right? Oh, and that's true, Sherry. She can vote for Halo. She does buy from us. And Sherry, you do too. I'm not saying that if you don't connect to your local quilt shop, if that's not something you connect to, I'm not telling you to do something because it wouldn't benefit you. But if you go to your local, it will benefit you to vote for them. That's what I'm telling you. We do have some people that they don't buy from their locals because they don't connect to them. So you vote where your heart is. That's the bottom line. But I'm just I don't want to I'm not stealing votes from your locals. I'm not telling you not to do that and just vote for. That's not my thing, because I know it will benefit you to vote for your local when you are a cherub of their community. Okay. Oh, yes, Sherry, I should be. I buy from myself. I have to pay for my own stuff. We'll see. I'm going to ask. My name's connected, so I didn't know if it would flag it or not. You would think you could vote for yourself, right? I don't know. But at any rate, go vote for your favorite local quilt shop, okay? Whatever's in your area, if they're participating. So it'll help them greatly. It'll help you greatly, and all will be well. And if y'all are interested in participating in our Charity Quilt, 9.5-inch unfinished Churn Dash. Now this one, like I said, this is a honest to goodness 9-patch. Every single one of these blocks and strips are the same size. This has been done. This is why I'm saying it's a-okay to do you. I'm looking for something and I'm not seeing it. Okay. Oh well. So this one, you can see these are fatter. Is that a word? They're more fat. This is skinnier up here. They're not equal. See the difference? Okay. It's okay. It's still 9.5-inch unfinished. Okay. And then this person, again, doesn't have a center, right? They use the same fabric as the Churn Dash, right? It's okay. That's part of the beauty, is that we're all putting a little of us in it, or whatever you have available in your scraps. Okay. Oh, they are pretty. I love them. I love them all. I look forward to putting them together. I might have y'all help me with that. We might have a little fun day with that. Put them up on a design board and do a live from, maybe that'll be a Halo Creative Kingdom thing, because that makes it a lot easier. But we can put, well, maybe not, maybe we'll do YouTube and Facebook, but we can put them out on the design board and everybody can give, we can move stuff around. Maybe we'll just do that before I sew them together. That'll be fun. Yeah. And then we got to figure out who we're going to donate the money to together. All right, guys. Local quilt shop. Color for that piping is what we call it. Local quilt shop. Thank you for all the churn dashes that have been turned in. And if you've mailed yours or plan on bringing them in or shipping them to us, I'll put the address again for our shipping address in this. I should probably just leave it on there for a long time. Now, all the blocks we're asking to be in by the 14th of February. If you want to make a churn dash, we're asking, please, please, please have it in by the Valentine's, whatever day that falls in. If it's a Sunday, it'll be Monday after, okay? Because we don't get mail on Sunday here. That's the only thing we ask, so that we can start to get this together, and then Michael can quilt it, because we want to get it done and hung so y'all can see it to start to raffle those tickets. So at any rate, that's it for today. Thank you all for stopping in. I wish you all the most fantabulous Wednesday, and happy hump day, whoop whoop, to you. And we will see you again next week. Now, next week is the first Wednesday of February. So we will be doing Cherub Chit Chat. If you are willing to allow us to share your quilt, your works in progress, your project that maybe you're finished, we would love to get those. You can either email them to us. Email address is, in the description box. You can Facebook message. You can Instagram, DM. You can, isn't that all the ways? Email, Facebook message, whatever way. Maybe you're local. You want to bring it in, allow us to take a picture. That's fine too. But we would love to be able to share. It's all about the cherubs of Halo. So it's your works in progress or your finishes or whatever you would like us to share. We would love to have them. So look forward to that next week. And until next time, guys. Y'all hear the phone ringing? It always cracks me up when I'm in a live. I'm like, we're closed. Sorry. Come join us on the live. I'll answer your question. All right. So until next time, guys, may you all continue to be inspired, productive, ever so joyful. Never stop believing and never stop making your dreams in quilting come true. We love y'all. Happy quilting, happy hump day, whoop whoop, and happy Wednesday. We will see you all soon.